Hey guys, it's Saturday here on Pagan Perspective. I'm your host Brendan, and this week we are talking about the law of concealment. So our question this week comes from Francisco. I will put the information below, but they ask about, is there such a thing as the law of concealment? Or when performing said magic, do you leave it to chance, or if someone sees you, so be it? If your spell is meant to be, it's meant to be, or is law of concealment meant only for baneful black magic practice? So I haven't actually heard of the law of concealment before. I looked up what the meaning of concealment was, and it was to hide, to conceal, to obscure, to pretty much prevent awareness of said acts performed, whether it be rites or practices or spell work or that sort of thing. Whether it applies to my path, not particularly. Especially in Wildwood and Reclaiming, we're very vocal public with a lot of the work that we do. Like especially with Wildwood, we every Beltane parade through the city and hold a massive public ritual. Doing the work and rites, we have full possession work happening. There's like the sacred marriage, all that sort of stuff that happens in there, and that's full public domain realm. Full moon circles that I've run in the past have all been in public space, so anyone was like able to walk through and watch and all that sort of stuff and be aware of it all. I've done activist spellcrafting work in the city, in the middle of like a busy city, enlivening statues and prayers and chants and all that sort of work, and that's in full view. So I guess it's mostly like group public work is really public and in visible, sort of, really. And then I guess my personal work I just do for myself. I usually do in either my room or my backyard, sort of thing. If anyone watches or sees, I don't really care. It's not a great issue at all for me, really. It's not something that's going to be like, oh, I now need to hunt down that person and take their life or take their memory so they can't remember what they saw, sort of thing. I think there's ways that you can do protection work to obscure sight if you're particularly worried. You might, when you're doing a circle casting, you might imagine that the outside of the circle that you've created, or the sphere you've created, mirrors images out, or could be glamour or illusionary sort of thing. So there is that kind of option that if you want to obscure the side of people that might be coming through, they won't even notice that you're there, camouflage yourself, sort of thing. Or if you're doing work that does really require privacy and all that, maybe it's about scouting out the right location and doing research for weeks on end, sort of thing, finding out like foot traffic, all that sort of stuff. If any events are happening in that area that might, people might find you doing what you're doing. Also questioning whether the work that you're doing is something you should be doing, and why do you need it to be concealed or hidden, obscured from other people's sight? Are there other ways that you could go around this sort of work that may not be needing that kind of protection, that can easily be visible, sort of thing? I'm trying to rack my brain about work that I've done that would be, I might need like concealment with, and I think the only thing is like some offerings I've done at points which involved a little bit of blood, sort of thing, so might freak people out seeing me with a blade drawing blood, sort of thing. So that's the only real thing I could think of, but like mostly I'm pretty open with all that sort of practice. If someone sees me doing something, so be it. I don't know who they're going to run off and tell, sort of thing. I think if you're doing the right work and you are in a good harmonious relationship with the land and with your gods and the allies that you're working with, you'll be protected and guarded. And make sure, if you are doing that kind of work, that, yeah, like I said, cast a circle, do some protective work, mirrors and all that sort of stuff, and just do it in somewhere really dark, in a dark robe where they're not going to see you at all. Or camo gear. get yourself like a ghillie suit, which is the tree-looking suits that they use in like the military. Sorry, the military and everything. Makes you blend into the camouflage background sort of thing. But yeah, no. Open. Pretty clear with all my practice. I talk about it all here on this channel most of the time, and if you message me, I'm happy to like talk about it or leave comments, that sort of stuff. So I guess I'm not really... The law of concealment really isn't a practice for me. Yeah. That's it for this week. I'm going to see you guys next week, I believe. But for now, enjoy the rest of your weekend. You'll see Megan's video tomorrow. She had to catch you up on all of that sort of thing, so she's going to be posting on Sunday this week. But for now, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Watch Megan's video tomorrow. Watch the rest of the videos from this week, and I will see you next week. Much love and blessings, and have a beautiful weekend. Mwah!